All right, so yesterday we saw Nike and Jordan Brand hit us with the Jordan 1 Black Metallic Gold. Now, based off the fact that somehow this sneaker ended up in the hands of resellers who were selling these joints way below the suggested retail price ahead of yesterday's release date, we pretty much knew what to expect as far as this drop, as these joints are pretty much sitting nationwide in stores as well as online. And based off the fact that we know for next year, Jordan Brand is bringing out so many classics out the vault. We know pairs such as the Jordan 4 White Cement, we got the Black Metallic 5s, the Grapes, as well as so many more that I can't just think of right off the top of my head. We know of a lot of different hype collaborations such as the Jordan 1 Union. We know of the Undefeated 4s. Plus, we just learned that they're also bringing out those off-white Jordan 1 samples out the vault for a holiday 2025 release. Well, at least rumored to. One would assume that Jordan Brand is really hurting right now, bringing out all of this stuff. A lot of people would think they're kind of in panic mode, which actually isn't really the case. And it looks like Jordan Brand is actually winning based off of this data. So if you guys take a look here at the numbers, since 2018, Jordan Brand has steadily increased their annual revenue each year all the way here to 2024, where they've actually reached their peak, bringing in $7 billion annual for their revenue right here, which is mind-blowing, a crazy dollar amount. But if you actually take a look here at the data compared to last year's numbers, where Jordan Brand brought in $6.6 billion, the increase from 2023 to 2024 is actually minimal. And being as that Nike Jordan Brand is a mega corporate conglomerate, they got to increase those numbers for next year, which is why I feel like they're bringing out so much heat. Can you imagine if Jordan Brand executives like went to their shareholders and were like, yo, we want to keep things limited and exclusive. We don't really care about boosting up the numbers. So we're just going to keep things light for next year. That would not fly at all, which is why we're seeing so many of these great pairs returning. So you can't be mad at it. Jordan Brand, Nike, they got a very close ear to the streets and they're giving the people what they want. Now, what I don't enjoy, of course, are these retail prices, which Nike and Jordan Brand act like we don't notice that each year they're steadily increasing the retail prices by like $5-10. Recently, we just learned that the upcoming Jordan 4 White Cements for 2025 apparently will be dropping for $225, which according to Brandon on Twitter will be the new standard for Jordan OGs as well as collaborations moving forward. So of course we all know about inflation, but I would have to say that based off the fact that the Jordan 4 in 2006 retailed at $115, we're now seeing in 2025 them joints hitting for $225 plus. So I would say doubling the retail price in less than 20 years is a little extreme, and I would say isn't just your typical case of inflation and sounds like more of a case of corporate greed. So what I do enjoy though are the prices on the Jordan 1 lows, which I feel like are coming in like a modest $140, although I would like to see them more in like the $120 range. $140 isn't bad, so salute to Z sneakerheads. It shows how Jordan Brand is putting a little emphasis on the Jordan 1, as they have a whole bunch of Jordan 1 lows planned to drop in popular Jordan 1 high colorway. So I think that's definitely a great move, one that I enjoy to see from them. But again, I think they should get them a little bit lower, as I feel like as far as the sneaker industry in a whole, it's kind of moving towards more affordability. That's why we're seeing pairs like the Samba, a smash hit, retailing in like that $120 price range. We're seeing Asics dropping a lot of great affordable runners, as well as New Balance, which I feel like is taking up a little bit of that market share from Jordan Brand. Now, on top of everything, we know that as far as throughout the years, Jordan Brand, they've kind of kept their retro releases a lot more sacred, as back in the day, they would only drop like certain retro numbers on during certain years. But I would say like around 2018 or so is when we saw Jordan Brand like completely open up the entire vault. They just started dropping everything 1 through 14 pretty much every year. And based off the fact that this year we saw Jordan Brand finally release the 17s, I think it's exciting for Jordan Brand fans, as we could potentially see them drop a little more stuff from that back catalog. I'm talking about Jordan Retros 14 and up. So I know it's tough to say this, but honestly, I feel like the best move from Jordan Brand to kind of preserve the legacy of all of these Jordan releases would be for them to kind of slow down, maybe vault some of these classics. I'm talking about 1 through 14, slow down on them a little bit, and then hit us with some Jordans 15 and up. I feel like to kind of preserve that legacy, also usher in like a whole new generation of retro releases. I mean, we saw how in demand these 17s were. Jordan Brand has a couple more 17 colorways planned, but I would like to see them hit us with some more retros 15 and up. I think definitely is long overdue, and I think it's something that the people would respond very well to. And for these off-white Jordan 1 Canary Yellows, which are rumored to be dropping holiday of 2025, which if you guys know anything about holiday releases, Nike and Jordan Brand generally reserve some of their most popular releases for the holiday season. So these should most definitely be a movie. And with that being said, if Nike and Jordan Brand is going to be busting out these off-whites out the catalog, I feel like it only makes sense for them to drop the unreleased Jordan 4 off-white breads, which people have seen teased for so many years. I feel like it's a great way to honor the legacy of the late and great Virgil Abloh. And when it comes to these off-white releases, I would like to see Nike maybe hit us with like 2 or 3 per year. Now, what I don't think that people want to see are like newly designed off-white collaborations. So I think it's best to just keep it to the samples that we know Virgil designed himself. So to summarize pretty much everything as far as Jordan Brand goes, we know a lot of retro releases have been sitting on shelves, but don't get it twisted. Jordan Brand is not hurting. These markups on these retail prices are so outrageous that they continue to increase their general annual revenues each year. So what I would like to see them do is stop increasing the retail prices, stop with all of these fake sellouts, which we know once a pair sells out online, we just generally will see it restock in a full size run, you know, within a week or so. So stop with the fake sellouts, stop with these increases in retail prices, and slow down on retros 1 through 14. I think they're getting a little played out, and let's go ahead and hit us with some of the back catalog. I'm talking models 15 and up. And as far as Jordan Brand's current ambassadors, Travis Scott, Nigel Sylvester, plus more, I do like the fact that they're finally hitting us with new silhouettes that are attached to these individuals. I think it's a great way to introduce some of these models, kind of a playbook that we see New Balance doing when it comes to their collaborations, and then we see it translate into some of the more GR pairs. So pretty much from Jordan Brand, a lot to look forward to for 2025, and I'm excited to see what off-white pairs, you know, we could see bringing out the fall. So let me know what you guys think down below. If you enjoyed today's update, please help support the channel by hitting that thumbs up button. I'm J.A. I will catch you guys tomorrow. In the meantime, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'm out, y'all. Love.